and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. All right. So he's saying, if you continue in my word, okay, then you are truly my disciple, and the truth will make you free. Okay. So I want to share this. And like I said, we're talking about faith. I'm sorry, we're talking about faith too, but we're talking about hope. We're talking about expectation and desire. All right. Now, I want to make this really clear that if we are operating in worrying, anxiety, if we are fretting, if we are in fear, those things are in disorder or dysfunction to hope, desire, and expectation. All right. Now, why did I share that in John? What was the purpose? Because I wanted to show you that he said, if you don't continue in his word, you can be a disciple. You can be, be a believer, but you will be following the devil. And that's exactly what he says. Now, the devil can't be your father, as these people were not born again yet. Okay. Jesus had not died. So they were not new creatures. All right. They still had an unrenewed spirit. But if you look at this, if you don't continue in the word, okay, there is a reason why you're not doing the word, why you're not believing the word. And it's because of the old nature. So you're not any longer the old man, all right? But you can be following the devil when you don't embrace and continue in the word. So why am I saying this tonight? All right, because if God tells you in his word, all right, to do not be anxious, do not fret. If he tells you, do not worry, and you continue to worry, fret, if you continue to be in disorder, following something that is not what he told you to do, then you are not continuing in his word. Because continuing in his word is that you continue to believe what he said, that he will supply your needs, that he will do what? Deliver you from, matter of fact, he said he'll set you free through the truth of his word. And he tells you to desire, and he tells you to expect. Okay, these words are interchangeable, but you worry, you fret, you become anxious, then you are in opposition to what he told you to do. You're not continuing in his word. You are choosing the works of the devil. Okay, now, anxiety is an emotion, okay? But it is an emotion that is caused from some disorder. All right, that's why you can know it's not for you to do that. Now, people will say, well, I'm worrying, but worrying ain't a sin. Well, it's not a sin that you physically do something that means miss the mark, that you physically did it, but it is iniquity because you're doing it here. So you're taking the use of your loins, which is your mind, okay, your soul, and you're taking it to a vain or improper purpose. Worrying is vanity. You are putting your mind on something that he did not tell you to put your mind on. Now, remember, he says, set your affection. That word affection is the same word for mind, on things above. So is worrying setting your mind on things above, or is worrying having your mind imagine negativity that is going to happen here in the natural realm? So can you see why worrying, fretting, and having any type of anxiety is not continuing in his word. It is now you thinking whatever it is that you're thinking negatively is going to happen and not being in agreement with what he says that he's going to do for you. You gave the desire, you want this, you had a desire, you asked for it, but you really did not have a hope that was positive in your imagination to picture that you were desiring or that you were praying. But yet you had another picture in your imagination of something negative, and that was more prevalent and more real to you than what you even desired. Are you following me? Okay. Are you following me? All right. So remember, I told you that hope is a desire that has confident expectation. All right. And it's very important that you understand that once hope is present, then faith begins to bring the desired thing into manifestation. All right. So you've got to see it in your imagination, in your heart, in the womb, I call, of your life, where things actually are birthed. If you can't see yourself in your imagination doing it, you're never going to do it. You can have all desires, that things will happen, but there's no real belief that it will. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like I'm a wishing and I'm a praying. All right. It's a wish. It's like a puff of smoke. It's not real. Faith is real. It is a spiritual substance. All right. A wish has no substance. All right. Okay. Now, so why am I dealing with this topic of the disorder that comes from worry, fear, anxiety, fretting? Why am I dealing with that? Because it uses your mind, your heart, in a vain way, something that is not what God intended for it to be. Remember when my husband gave some pictures, and some of you might not have been there Sunday, but they were awesome. And he said that he showed when you spoke to a drop of water and you spoke positive, how that water just made these beautiful pictures of crystal. I mean, I don't know if it crystallized, but it looked like crystal. But if you spoke to that same drop of water, if you spoke to, I'm not saying same, but you spoke to a drop of water and then you spoke negative, how it became distorted. And one of them almost looked occultic. It was just crazy, And I know that is really true because I did that with plants. I have gone and had a plant that for some reason, say if I was out of town and they didn't water my plants, they just let them gotta go. And I've come in and they just have this look, they look so like they're on the verge of just giving up. And I began to speak to that plant. And I tell you, I apologized to my plants. I said, I am so sorry that you were not taken care of properly. Please forgive me. I talk to things because I know that words are powerful. And I've seen plants that were totally like they were going to die, totally take on life and began to grow and just began to just flourish just because I'm talking to it. Okay. I think that we've gotten so duped by the devil. He says things, that we take them and he teaches some of these things to us when we're young. I mean, like the saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's a lie, because your words will hurt you. If you don't line your words up with the word of God, they will work and bring you some hurt, pain, disappointment. They'll bring you whatever you're speaking. So therefore, you must deal with your imagination.